Well, hello again, and welcome back to day 3 of the Athena Arena Triple Power Play. And if you're struggling with your business, you're floundering with the ups and downs of a roller coaster ride, then I'm suggesting it could be a branding thing. And trust me, you're not alone. So before we dive into Power Play number 3, let's review Power Play number 1 and 2 really quickly in case you missed it. Power Play number 1 is helping you understand where true power exists in consciousness. And how can you manifest what you want if you don't have any power? And it's really, this is kind of a new revelation for many of us to understand that there is power in consciousness and you just need to align with it. So Power Play number 1 is aligning with the higher energy attractor field or a success attractor fields in life. And that's how you're going to be successful and have a business that thrives. Next up was Power Play number 2. And remember, all of this is within the context of your intention to develop a personal brand around your business because you are a service-based solopreneur, perhaps. You're the face of your business, or you're a small business owner, and again, you're the face of your business. So it makes sense to develop a personal branding strategy around you because you're the energy of it. So you want to align with who you are, what you stand for, what value-driven products or services you deliver, and to whom do you deliver them. So Power Play number 2 was about identifying your archetypes. And we all come into this world with primary and secondary archetypes. And in fact, you can probably identify 12 that are really kind of running your life in a good way because you're following your path. So, but archetypes and branding have been a power play for advertising agencies for decades. And when you understand that people can readily recognize your archetypes just by being who you are, you don't have to say much. So what I'm suggesting is you take a look at your archetypes. Your primary and secondary ones are good ones to take a look at. And make sure your branding messages are aligned with that type of archetype. What's the preferences that are kind of going on within someone looking into your offering? What are the insights that you're going to find in regards to these different types of archetypes? So in any event, I recommend, it's too much to go into again, but Power Play number 2 is aligning with your own archetypes. And you don't have to follow it to a T, just in case you think you do. You don't. You just need to get some ideas around how are you going to communicate consistently who you are and what you stand for. And to align yourself with your primary and or secondary archetypes is a great strategy. So today is Power Play number 3. Let me tell you, I've been doing web design and digital marketing for small businesses and service-based solopreneurs just like you since 2009. And I knew in 1999 that if you were going to succeed online, particularly online, just in the market in general, you got to do some type of market research. So Power Play number 3, again, I think you're going to find this enlightening. And when I work with people on this part of their business, they're like, holy crow, Liz, I didn't know. I'm like, I know you didn't know. That's why I'm teaching it to you today. So let's move on to Power Play number 3. Hold on one second while I share my. All right. So again, my name is Liz Garcia. I'm founder of the AthenaArena.com. And I'm a personal branding strategist as well as digital marketing expert. And I have been doing digital marketing and web design since 2009, as I said earlier. And the Athena Arena is a place where you supercharge your business with what I call a Wonder Woman brand. And when you supercharge something, I'm suggesting that there's got to be some more power and leverage involved in what you're doing. And this is what I'm teaching you today. And it's really more metaphysical stuff that's going on. There's more to life than what meets the eyes. There's stuff going on within your consciousness and the thoughts and the beliefs that you hold. So today we're getting to more kind of tactical strategy, which has to do with marketing research. So power play number 3, marketing research, but more specifically, keyword marketing research. Now, why does keyword marketing research matter? And it's easier to do than most marketing research, and it gives you a lot of information, but why does it matter? Once you, try to guess. I'll give you 2 seconds. 1, 2, what do you think? Why do you think keyword marketing research matters? Because of Google. Where does everyone turn to when they're looking for solutions? Where do most people turn to, right? Where do you turn to when you're looking for a solution? You go to Google, you put in a keyword phrase, you get some results. It's not exactly what you wanted, so you kind of modify those phrases and you get closer and closer to what you want. So keyword marketing research matters because it's going to inform you about so much. So let's get started as to how much it's going to inform you. The first up, keyword marketing research is going to help you decide how to drive traffic to your website. And if you don't know what keyword phrases people are using to find someone like you or find the solutions that your business provides, it's like a shot in the dark. You're going to guess, like, well, what are people really looking for? So keyword marketing research was always used for search engine purposes, but as a marketer, it provides way much more than just that. And as someone who's getting ready to maybe rebrand or go through some personal branding efforts of your own, it doesn't make sense to invest in that effort, which can be expensive depending on who you hire, without understanding your market. So web traffic is driven by search, unless you're paying for it. If you're not paying for it, that's another thing. So as a marketer, when I have new clients, the very first thing I do before we do a lick of anything, we do not create a website. We do not do any email marketing. We don't do anything until we understand the market. So when I do keyword marketing research, I do it with the intent of developing a content marketing strategy for my clients. And I'm going to tell you each part of that content that it has to be examined or created with the search results in mind. So what is included in content marketing? Well, first of all, your own website. If you're going to write content for your website, it's a good idea to make sure you're using keyword phrases for each page of your website that would be relevant to a search. You also need to have a blogging strategy. And I know there are so many bloggers or small business owners that understand that they have to keep up with fresh content for their website, which is always a good idea for search results. You don't want your website to go stagnant, which, by the way, many small business owners do because they just don't understand the marketing aspect of it. They can't keep up with it. They're not graphic designers. They're not writers, whatever the case may be. But if you're going to do some blogging, it makes no sense whatsoever to start blogging without some keyword research awareness in place first, and a strategy like, where's the greatest opportunity for me to get people to find me? And you need to know that. And we're going to get to that in a minute. So something else that keyword marketing research will identify is a lead magnet. Like, what kind of lead magnet do you want to offer to your website visitors? And if you're not familiar with what a lead magnet is, it's like a little pop-up window or a little box that says, hey, do you want to get my free top tips on this, that, and the other thing? That's a lead magnet. And when you understand the kind of funnel that's involved in someone asking, giving their email, you're delivering them a lead magnet, you have a follow-up email automation series so that you can start nurturing this lead, along with some like sales offers and landing pages and blah, blah, blah. A lot of content needs to be created in order to serve the individual for whom they want, who signed up for a lead magnet from you. So many people create lead magnets without market awareness. That's a huge amount of work to go through and then get no results. So for example, let's say you're a holistic healer, or I have a great idea. I have a client who's an aromatherapy specialist, and she creates product for different ailments. And when I did her keyword research for her, think about the process of creating a product. You create a product, you make the blends, you stick it in a bottle, you put a label on it. Labels are expensive, all right? And then you have to market it. So when I did keyword research for her, she was ready to create all this product for which there was no search, very little search, like maybe 10 people a month are looking for a natural remedy for a sty in my eye, as an example. Whereas when I did her keyword research, we identified huge markets for which there is thousands, if not tens of thousands of searches a month on natural remedies for depression, natural remedies for the common cold, natural remedies to keep my hands warm when I'm skiing. This is just an example how vitally important marketing research is before you dive into starting a business, creating product, creating services, doing a website, whatever. And you don't have to spend a fortune to do this, because I do it and it doesn't take, I'm not a fortune, to get you with this foundational basic of like, what's the content strategy going to be? What's the branding strategy going to be? You don't want to dive into branding if you have no market. That's kind of goofy, and you'll be like really disappointed you didn't know about this sooner. Okay, so lead generation is huge, and keyword marketing research will identify ideal lead magnets to create. There's so many people asking questions online. There's always opportunity to answer that question for them. It also helps determine what kind of video topics do you want to make. Video is huge in online marketing. And if you're developing a personal brand, you have to consider video in your content marketing strategy totally, especially if you're into personal, you're the face of your brand. People want to hear from you, see your energy. What do you like? Do I want to work with you? You know what I'm saying? Video is huge. And statistically, when there is a video present on a web page, any type of page, the conversion rate, whatever that may be, the conversion rate for people to take some action now goes up by 60 to 80%. That is huge. And if you're paying for traffic to land on your website, and then you put and you've got no response, but then you put a video on it, and like, holy crow, all of a sudden you're getting response. Video is huge. And again, this is like a lead magnet. Video can be involved. It doesn't have to be. I mean, what I'm doing now is super simple. I'm using my webcam and an external mic to make a video. And, you want to keep it simple because people have short attention spans anyway. So if you're creating video, it doesn't have to be difficult. But in any event, if you're going to start creating video, I would advise you to take a look at the keyword research report I created for you, or if someone else creates it for you, look at that first, and let's identify where is their huge search volume? Where is their financial viability? Is there a market for what I have to share on video? You want to look into that first, because video is can be a big undertaking to an extent, especially when if you upload a video to YouTube, you need to understand SEO, which is search engine optimization. And you need to understand how's it going to get found? YouTube is search driven. It's owned by Google. It's all about search. And you really can't, you know, search and Google ain't going away. And you got to hop on board this understanding of keyword marketing research. If you want to if you're going to succeed online, you for sure have to understand this. So video is a big part of your, or got to put it in your content marketing to-do list because of the conversion rate. And, you know, if you're a solopreneur, you for sure want people to get to know you. Why put up a block? You know, everyone expects video now. You might as well just hop in front of the camera and have at it. All right. What else is keyword marketing research is going to help you with determining an email marketing strategy? If you're thinking, what am I going to write about this week? What am I going to share this week? Turn to your keyword marketing, your keyword research report. That's going to give you ideas for content, for sure. And let me give you a little tip. Your blog and your emails can be the same, and your social media posts. They can be all the same thing. You just share them in different places because people are, you know, are online doing different things. And a video, you can do one for everything. You write a blog post, you create a video that's related to the blog post. You share the blog post in your email marketing. You don't have to even write anything in your email marketing. You could just have a picture of the video with the play button and like watch it, look at today's blog. It's as simple as that. So, and video as a lead magnet is another great idea. But again, don't start creating emails without taking a look at your keyword research report and mapping out a strategy, because you want to open the biggest doors you can when you're starting out or as you're continuing. And then once you get a following, then you can kind of stray and do what you want to do. All right. So this is really a strategy to gain visibility in the marketplace, drive traffic to your website, your videos, your lead magnets, right? And do it like with the greatest impact. You could easily choose a topic that has 10 searches a month. You don't want that. You want to look at something that has at least 1,000 searches a month, if not 5,000 to 10,000 searches a month. I mean, if you're in a market where there's that much demand for your expertise, shoot high. Go with where they're, like, here's an example. I have a functional medicine, or she's a homeopathic doctor. And when I did keyword research for her, there is millions of searches a month for irritable bowel syndrome. When I saw that, I'm like, holy crow, this is a huge market. So there are markets out there that are huge, and you want to know about them before you dive into doing anything. All right, let's keep moving on. Social media. Social media, a lot of social media is search driven, and if you recognize that hashtags are everywhere, hashtags have to do with keyword phrases. And if you have a keyword research report, you don't have to guess what your hashtags are. You don't have to make them up. They need to be hashtags that are common. And you need to find out what hashtags should I be using in my social media posts. And in particular, Instagram, Twitter for sure, big on hashtags, those two. And there is some hashtagging going on everywhere, but really Twitter and Instagram, that's kind of standard use there. But if you're posting something to social media, or Pinterest is search driven big time. If you like Pinterest, you want to make sure you're using your keyword phrases when you upload that image. You're going to use the keyword phrase in the title of the image. You're going to use your keyword phrases in the description of the image. It's like, this is how it's working right now. All right. So that keyword research report is tied back to everything. Developing a content marketing strategy around every one of these different areas of your marketing platform. So another thing that keyword research uncovers, and this is really vital to personal brand building or any type of company brand building or business startup, you really got to make sure you know that you have a market. So it's going to uncover niche markets, which is always surprising to me. Like, I was talking to you about the aromatherapist who is creating natural remedies, natural essential oil remedies for different types of ailments. There are niche markets in there for her to take a look at. As an example, she could just go after the mental health and emotional market with that. She doesn't have to do all physical. She could see that a niche market for her was that there's a huge amount of interest in the chakra systems. So if you're into holistic health, you understand the energy system, there's a niche market, and it's a big one for people that are interested in the chakra system. So this is kind of uncovered to me. When I do the keyword research report, I always find niche markets for my clients, and I say, hey, you know, there's opportunity here. And you're already doing what these people want. You just need to understand how to articulate that to them in the language that they're looking for. So you got to make sure you're speaking the language of the searcher. So again, it's giving you product and service opportunities, which is, you know, my client making the essential oil remedies was headed in the wrong direction. She's going to lose a lot of money. And she was so enormously grateful when she hired me to help her do the keyword marketing research to make sure she was headed in the right direction. And then she could decide what she wanted to do. And she's like, oh my God, thank God. You know, when you're paying for graphic designers to create labels and then printing them for a dozen different products, you're spending a lot of money, not to mention the web presence and then the marketing that's involved in trying to sell them. But if there's nobody interested in it, it's going to lay flat. Okay. So I've been doing keyword marketing research and SEO stuff, developing content marketing strategies since 1999. When I had a retail store in Boston, and I built my first website, and I knew then that search mattered. I knew it way back then. So as a SEO expert and keyword marketing researcher, here's what I look for when I do the research for my clients or for myself. Search volume. How many searches a month are going on within the category of search I'm looking at? So when I do keyword marketing research for clients, I look at a category of search, and let me give an example, would be irritable bowel syndrome. I'm going to look at Google search around irritable bowel syndrome, also known as IBS. So it's spelled different ways. And I'm looking for search volume. I really want to see search volume at like 15,000 searches a month for the top 10 keyword phrases that would matter to you. Now, I'm sifting through the data, and I'm like pulling out the keyword phrases that matter to the client, because some of them don't matter. They're too general. They're not going in the direction that I want them to go, because the intention is different than I know what my clients are intending. So when you do keyword research, you got to look at intent. What is the intent of the search? And when you do it a lot, you just intuitively know what the intent is, whereas a novice would think all the keywords matter when they don't, because a lot of them are distraction, and they're leading the searcher down the wrong, rabbit hole. They're going to go somewhere they don't want to go. And you don't want them to come to your website or find you, because you can't solve the problem based on the search intent. So search volume, I'm going to go through the data, and typically large searches like irritable bowel syndrome would give me back 10,000 results, and there's too much to digest. So I kind of cut it down to what matters, and I pull out the top 10. And I want to see the top 10, I want to see the search volume for those top 10 keyword phrases to be at least 15,000. Irritable bowel syndrome is like 500,000 to 1 million. It's crazy. That's a huge market. Next of what I want to see is how competitive is it? And if you're trying to get found on page 1 of a Google search, highly competitive things, you're not gonna get there, except within your own local region. So if you're serving people that have irritable bowel syndrome, as an example, in your local region, you have opportunity to get found, and that's a whole other ball of wax. That's a search engine optimization thing. We're not getting into that today. But competitiveness is interesting, because you got to know that there's a market there. And if I'm seeing numbers that are highly competitive, I know there's a market. People are willing to pay to get found on Google search. is what it's saying. And this is where financial viability comes in too. When I do keyword research, my search is telling me, what are people willing to pay per click for this keyword phrase? And if you look at a Google search, you know that there's advertising at the top, on the side, and at the bottom now. It's all over the place. So it's telling me that marketers are willing to pay for those positions. And they're all kind of on an auction-based position. So how much are you willing to pay? So it's showing me financial viability, which is what I want to see. I don't want my clients to enter into any type of personal branding or web design for a business for which there's no money. I mean, you got to make money here. You're for your own business, you're here to make money and serve your clients. So I'm also looking at financial viability, and there's a way to I've been doing it for a long time. So I have an intuitive sense as to, some financial viability may look low, but I know what the intention of the search is, so it's appropriate that it is low, because it's more of a general interest type of thing, as opposed to getting closer to a buy, which it would be like someone's ready to get relief for pain now and they want to make an appointment to see a doctor. That's a different type of search, and typically will cost more to get closer to the buy. So that's a little more advanced marketing that I don't need to get into, but I just want to let you know what I'm looking for as a marketer and what you need to be looking for as well, and understanding what those search numbers are telling you. Whether you do it yourself, you hire someone to help you. This is what I do. This is what I do with every client, whether you're doing a website, you're going to do a Facebook ad campaign, you're going through personal branding, which is what the intention of this training is for right now. I know of personal branding coaches that don't do this first because they don't know any better, which is okay because they're not search engine experts, but you got to make sure you have a market. All right. So bottom line, folks, if you're an Athena in your own arena, and you want to supercharge your business with what I call a Wonder Woman brand, don't dive into any personal branding or digital marketing efforts without it. So thank you for joining me today with the end of our triple power play. And I want to introduce you to how people get started with me, because many people are very interested in this whole keyword research thing, as well as developing their own brand, because it's so important in business success and really thriving in business, as opposed to this floundering all over the place because you haven't got clear on who you are, what you stand for, what value-driven results you deliver your ideal clients, and who are they. So I've created something called the Business Awareness Branding Boost. And it's the first step into the arena. This is your starter kit into the Athena arena. Without diving into my 6-week power play, which is developing your own personal brand. It's my personal branding boot camp. But before diving into that, I do this as the first step, because it's a foundational basic for everything moving forward, whether you continue with me or not. It's not money wasted at all, because I care so much about people not wasting their money diving into new websites, new marketing efforts, branding without this understanding first. So there's going to be a link at the bottom of this page to my Business Awareness Branding Boost. And it doesn't matter what you need to do in your business right now, this is going to get you started. And when we're done, we're going to have a keyword research report for you, really thorough. We're going to have a consultation about it so you understand what it's telling you and how to use it. And then that you can use it moving forward in developing your own content marketing strategy, developing your own website, developing blogging strategy, video strategy, whatever. You need this type of information to kind of shore up that effort so that you're at least headed in the right direction. And then the second part of the awareness boost is a 90-minute consultation with me after you fill out a questionnaire. You got to fill out a questionnaire because I want to see where you're at. I want to see how you communicate to me who you are, what you do. And then we're going to have a consultation around your answers, and just to get kind of an overall view as to where you are at in the brand building process. So if you're not ready for that, no worries. Stay tuned and stay subscribed to the athenaarena.com. We have excellent content that we share every week. If you'd like to join us in our weekly, I have a weekly online meetup group, and it's a business networking group and learning group. And it's really, I've been doing it for 2 years. We have some excellent attendees. We have excellent presenters. You'll want to check out, I have a link at the bottom of this as well for our online meetup and business networking group. It's a great place to enter the arena and get used to what we're doing here, supercharging your business with a Wonder Woman brand, and just kind of step it up. Thank you again. And if you have questions or comments, feel free to email me, Liz at theathenaarena.com. And I thank you for your time and attention.